The Square Ball Podcast.
Welcome to Propaganda, our weekly tour of the football fan channels. We're doing this one on Tuesday rather than Wednesday because of the midweek dance that we're doing with Norwich.
Yeah.
Is
that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it. It's Dan, Michael and Dean on this one for you today. The show is brought to you by Levi Solicitors.
It is. We've had a suggestion.
Is that you stop doing the read?
No, from Levi's. Yeah, that's what they said. No, someone calling themselves Mr. Levi's.
Right.
Basically,
is this somebody doing your job for you?
Sort of, yeah. They've said, need a new read. We all love the big three. Wilsey Nonto.
Right.
Joel Pirobate.
Oh.
Probate. It all works.
I find that any joke where you have to explain how it works.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to make it work.
I can't think what's coming next.
Outanaconveyancing. So that's it. And what feels like a new signing for January, Iliasting Powers of Attorney Gruev.
That is quite good, actually.
Is it?
I like how you laboured through them all. That was the best part of it.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to work out sometimes.
I can almost hear the rush to levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball to get you 10% discount on your legal fees off the back of that.
Those names are all changed sufficiently, by the way, that we don't have to pay any sort of royalties to the people who...
image rights.
Image rights, yeah. I don't want Joe Pirobate coming over here demanding we're using his image to sell legal services at a discount.
Right. Well, super.
Where'd you get the discount?
I've already said it.
Oh, have you? Right.
Yeah.
Fine. So well done, everyone.
Yeah. If Levi's want to send us some copy that maybe builds on that, feels like it was a solid foundation.
Oh, maybe just rip it up, start again.
Me,
but I appreciate the work being done for me.
It is another way to go. Right. Let's get into the clips, shall we then? And hopefully some voices from elsewhere will save this.
Hope so.
Michael, you are our tour guide. What are you wearing for to be our tour guide today? A fancy jacket, maybe a hat, somewhere we can recognise. Because when we're walking around, we don't want to lose you in the crowd, do you? When you're guiding the tour.
That's true. Big umbrella.
Yeah, right. Yeah, holding it up.
Yeah.
What colour?
Blue, yellow, and white.
Football in the Yorkshire Rose.
That's the one.
Ah, thank you. Right. Okay.
For anyone who doesn't know the song,
lead the way, please, tour guide. Where first?
Sheffield.
Right.
Who they were kind of all right with it. I was disappointed.
Right.
I wanted upset. I wanted him to be livid about Leeds scum. I wanted him to feel cheated in some way.
Felt like they were preoccupied with Chancery a bit.
Yeah,
that's the daft little protest at the start.
That's basically what this first clip is. Yeah.
This game this afternoon held so much insignificance. It was unreal. Like I didn't really, we've lost 3-0, and I'm not as annoyed as what I normally am, because I just feel like there's bigger things that are more important at this moment in time. Do you know what I mean? Such as like the manager, such as like the relationship between the manager and the chairman, the fact that we haven't signed any players and we've got players out injured. I mean, there's so many much more big things. I'm actually quite glad it was against Leeds today, because it was a game that not many people thought we were going to win anyway.
I can kind of relate to it, to be honest. When things got bad under Bates, I'm not saying I was ever willing Leeds to lose, but you could see the greater good of if we slide down the table, he starts to panic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sell up and get out. You start to construct these narratives of, will this help? Will this be another step down the road to getting rid of the owner we don't like?
I think as much as anything, they were thinking, well, we'd even if everything was going perfectly, we'd probably lose to Leeds.
Yeah.
So whatever.
But it's a bit of a cop-out though, right? Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot result-wise and they'd have won. They wouldn't be in there talking about Chancery. They'd have just been rubbing it in our faces. So you've lost. Just sit down and shut up and take it. Stop talking about your stupid owners.
Dean straight out of the blocks.
Fair enough.
That annoyed me, that clip. It's like, well, if they'd have won that game, we'd have never lived it down. But just because they've lost, oh no, there's things going on behind the scene.
Fairly sure it was Wednesday till I died. Was the bloke on Twitter who, if you check on the Square Ball Twitter account, it was the rent-free quote tweet. So now 2-0 down, top of the league, and you're singing about the opposition manager rent-free. And I posted that. It was the David Squires cartoon of the bloke that's pissed himself and everyone's laughing at him and he's going rent-free, which is exactly what he was doing.
I mean,
I think he also tried to dredge up the 6-0 from about 10 or 12 years ago as well as a thing to try and bait us with.
Oh, okay.
Not us personally, us Leeds fans.
That also didn't matter.
No.
Because we had bad owners at the time.
Yeah, which brings us back to the point.
Exactly.
However, Dean's not having it.
No, I've changed my mind now, yeah. When the 6-0 happened, there was bigger things going on.
I was pretty annoyed after that game, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, massively so.
Well, we've heard, haven't we, that he was basically pleased it was Leeds and he was happy that they lost.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
3-0, Matt. I have to say it did fly Leeds somewhat.
Yeah.
I didn't see that as a 3-0 game at all.
No, I didn't either. But when you've been beaten 3-0 and 2-0 at home and you've lost 5-0 on aggregate, you can't really argue. Like, ultimately, at Hillsborough, thought Leeds were totally dominant and in control without being...
Yeah, that was a much better performance, weren't it, from them?
100%, yeah.
At their place.
That's 3-0 on paper. Anybody who watched the game went, scores got run up a little bit at the end, but ultimately it was a close game. I think if you've watched it, you've looked at it and thought exactly what the Championship is about this season. Team at the top of the division, team in 10th. There isn't really much to separate them bar the individual quality in the final third, because both sides I thought were shaky defensively. I know Sky definitely, and I don't know about ITV, but Sky definitely were ramping up Ethan Ampadu and about how unbelievable he played at centre half. I'd argue we didn't give him an opportunity to actually show that he needed to be good at centre half today, because we just didn't test him. We didn't get the ball into the box enough. We didn't put enough pressure on him. You can't argue when you've lost 5-0 on aggregate over 2 games and the side's taken 6 points. You can't argue with it. I don't think it was a 3-0, but it is what it is.
So he'll rage bait on Twitter, but they won't rage bait on their actual podcast for this show.
Annoying, isn't it?
Grow
really?
up.
Although, slagging off Ampadu's not very fair. I feel like slagging off a centre-back for not being tested can just be a case of a centre-back playing well and reading the game properly and not having to do last-ditch stuff all the time.
And he did do some last-ditch stuff to very good effect.
As did Outanaka, which we didn't really deal with too much.
No, we didn't
over the
actually.
course of
Yeah.
life?
I'd forgotten about that stressful bit.
Yeah, it was only watching the highlights back and it was in there. I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Byram as well, stepping out and making some crucial interceptions.
Yeah.
But just having heard that, it just struck me how not very Leedsy it is for us to score those 2 late goals. In seasons gone by, the narrative is it's 1-0 going into the latter stages. And not even in seasons gone by, in the last 2 games gone by.
I was going to say, Dean, this has happened very recently.
My memory is like a little goldfish. But getting into that into those later minutes and we score 2 goals, I get, as the weeks go on, I think we're going up and it's scary.
Yeah. Embrace the madness.
Okay.
I'm ready for it. Hopefully. Right, we got more of them?
Yeah, just a bit more praise for how good we are in that.
Today, you could see the levels, especially in that second half.
Yeah.
There were times where, they were just gliding through us. They weren't even putting a challenge in, and that's where it becomes difficult for me. When you look at the squad that we've got and what they're being asked to do, I do feel like we are, way above our station in terms of where we should. I know we spoke about how poor this league is, but when you're watching a side like Leeds, let's face it, like they are a Premier League side. I know they've lost. They'll be saying we've lost this player, that player, X, Y, and Z. But when they're bringing off the players that they've got on the bench, it's just no disrespect, but we're bringing off Callum Patterson and Ike Ugbo hasn't scored a goal all season. Trying to hope that they're going to make a difference, and they're bringing Willie Nonto. He didn't start, did he? He came off the bench.
No, he came off the bench,
and then the lad who scored as well. It's just you can just see the levels
gliding through them. We were gliding through
The
them.
levels. When you're describing a sub,
Yeah, bringing them off.
yeah, not the phrase I'd use.
No.
When would you use that phrase?
If we're bringing a man off,
Yeah.
can't think of it. I can't think of a.
No, never had to use it.
No.
Nightclub toilets.
No. I was usually in the DJ booth back in the day.
Oh, so you brought him off in the DJ booth?
No. We used to go to staff toilets.
Ah, sure.
So
Sure.
just to bring each other off.
I don't know if it's a Sheffield thing.
Bringing them off.
Yeah, he's got that the wrong way around, hasn't
I can see what he means, because you have
Bringing him off the bench.
Someone comes off the bench, but you're bringing them on
the pitch.
Yeah,
So you're bringing him off on the grass.
you bring him off, then you bring him on.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
If you were hanging around the park.
Yeah, okay.
he? You warm him up first. You warm him up, then you bring him off, and then you bring him on.
It was cold as well, wasn't it, in the weekend?
Yeah. Actually, do you know what? We can sort of close this circle because when he said we were gliding through us, it reminded me of the anti-chafe product, Body Glide.
Body Glide.
Yeah.
Body Glide for comfort.
Yeah.
Body Glide for you.
Mm-hmm.
That was body form, but never mind. Let's go to Chef Cam, who is another not disappointed enough Sheffield Wednesday fan. We've had him on before. He sounds really miserable.
It's some little moments of quality at sort of both ends, and at top end at pitch especially. I thought that was the difference with just that little bit of quality in box and the delivery into box. And then, of course, to get cherry on cake in injury time, it's volleyed back into box and their lad just sort of flicks it and wrong foot's Beadle. 3-0. But overall, I'm not disappointed with that performance. I'm not disappointed with that performance at all. You know, I don't think many Wednesday fans will come away saying that we hadn't tried or we hadn't been entertaining, because there were some moments in the game. And like I said, we could quite easily have gone it break at 1-1.
That just oozes Yorkshire, doesn't it, that? You know, like sometimes people put on white noise to get babies to sleep. I think that'd work. It's got a really soothing Yorkshire tone to it.
I think it sounds like he's sending this from the aforementioned staff toilets.
Yep.
He's hiding from his boss. He miserably hates his work, and he just goes and chunters into his voice notes.
Do you remember Lucky Alf on the Fast Show?
Yeah.
He used to go, oh, bugger. And bad stuff used to just happen to him.
Oh, bugger.
I feel like that's maybe the guy.
Right. Yeah, very. It was nice. It was soothing, was that? I didn't actually listen to what he said. I just felt it.
He just, we're good players and that. That was just.
That was just of it.
I'm not too disappointed because we played all right, really, didn't we? So,
yeah,
there we go.
Where are we off next?
Lovely.
I'm trying to put on my most exaggerated Yorkshire accent now. We were talking about this on one of the shows about. It was on the member show with Chris Mack about accents, wasn't it? Because obviously, even from being from Belfast, you're saying like when people.
Is that why he speaks like that?
Apparently so. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought there was something wrong with him.
Yeah. Because you being an actor will know what it's like to put on voices, and you were in. Yes. It was Last Tango in Halifax, weren't you? You were in. Did you have to put on a Yorkshire accent for that?
I've got a Yorkshire accent.
But did you find that there were people coming onto that show who were not from Yorkshire trying to do Yorkshire accent?
A little bit. The worst experience I've had with an accent was I was in the Yorkshire tea adverts for a few years, and the first time.
What were you doing? Were you playing a teabag? Were you teabagging, perhaps?
No, I was playing a very enthusiastic Yorkshire tea staff member stood on the side of a hill saying, "This is Yorkshire.
Well,
this is what we do."
One of the little fellas, the cartoon fellas in the hats.
That's PG Tips, I think, or Tetley's.
Tetley's PG Tips
is the monkeys.
Oh, apologies.
Which were the best. I used to love those adverts, but then someone decided they were cruel.
The Wokarati and so on, yeah.
To be fair, when I was shooting the Yorkshire tea advert, they just put peanut butter in my mouth and I went... and they put the stuff in after.
Sorry, anyway, you were saying...
I was shooting this Yorkshire tea advert and the director was American, and he came over to me after a couple of rehearsals that we did and said, so I just wanted to ask you a question. What accent are you doing? And I said... mine. And he said, okay, but I'm just a little worried because this is a Yorkshire tea advert. I said, mate, I'm from Leeds. And I think he's just assumed everyone spoke like Sean Bean.
Right.
I think he wanted me to go, Yorkshire's where we do things proper.
Yeah. Which is right.
We're all from Yorkshire. We sound how we sound.
Did you get through rehearsals for PlusNet? Or were you not offered?
I wasn't offered that one.
Right. Should have had a word with your agent.
What's the PlusNet one sound like? It's right, Yorkshire Broadband.
Yorkshire Broadband, wasn't it? I think
it's now it's owned by BT now, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway,
that was a bit of a diversion, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're getting into corporate governance, and I'm not sure that's what the people are here for. They're here to listen to people do things like this.
Okay, let's go to. Do you want Cardiff or do you want a bit of scum?
Are we going to be peaking so early if we use this now?
Which bit?
I don't know.
All of it. That's all we've got. So I mean,
right. I
tell you what. Let's go.
Can we go Cardiff?
Yeah. Okay. A few clips of him actually. The big one, obviously, Cardiff were playing Swansea. It's their biggest derby they have.
That Cardiff City Fan. This is the channel, by the way.
Cardiff, yeah. People know. People know.
Yeah, but just in case anybody doesn't want to find him, and just so we can obviously give fair use attribution.
Yeah.
For this.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get to the Swansea game, they got through in the FA Cup. And it's a perfectly fair reaction, I think, is this to their draw, which was Stoke away.
We got bloody Stoke in the FA Cup. Why do we keep getting these shit draws? Fuck. Why? Why do we keep getting crap? Sheffield United away, Stoke away. Who actually, if we win, I'll be okay. But these awful draws, we could have had Villa, City, United, all these teams, Tottenham, Liverpool, but we get Stoke.
Stoke away would have been a very Leedsy draw, I think.
It would, wouldn't
it? This year.
I love this guy. I really like the idea that he talks like this around his house as if he's shouting at a linesman that's just given a dodgy offside. Just wandering around going, Mum, what's for tea?
Well, we're playing Cardiff at home a week on Saturday. Is he coming?
He is.
Yeah. Is he going to come in and do propaganda?
We'll just do it live.
Yeah.
Save us the bother.
Yeah.
Could you just edit this? Should just start asking him to edit his own clips, actually.
Yeah. Just send them through.
Yeah, just send them.
Just drop them into Google Drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
So anyway, it finished 3-0 to Cardiff, did this.
South Wales derby, it's their big game.
It really is. And it is actually their biggest win. I went back on it, 11 versus 11. You can look at, teams head-to-head record.
Mm-hmm.
It's their biggest win over Swansea since 1965.
Yeah.
So it's a hell of a game. So it's one of those where people gather by the buses to give them a bit of stick when they arrive as well. This isn't actually that Cardiff City fan you can hear on this. This is a much older bloke who probably should know better, who's just shouting some stuff that I can't always even tell what he's saying.
I've got a feeling the words Jack Bastard might be.
But I quite like the cut of his jib all the same.
Can't afford the best fit awards. And you know
You
Wales.
Jack bastards!
You don't wear Wales flags, you ain't like Union Jacks, you bastard. Now fucking dog has something to say that's bad. Worse than Newport County. You're worse than Newport County. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the county go.
That's amazing. What just happened?
Don't know.
That sounds like one of the accents we do in this room,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, wasn't
but it was legit.
Wow.
I didn't get much of that,
No,
apart from you worse than Newport County.
You're worse than Newport County. There was a bit about can't afford your own bus fare or something.
I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something rare now and play that clip again because I've got no idea. See if you can decipher what was said.
Can't afford the best fit awards. And you know
You
Wales.
Jack bastards!
You don't wear Wales flags, you ain't like Union Jacks, you bastard. Now fucking dog has something to say that's bad. Worse than Newport County. You're worse than Newport County. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the county go.
That is properly unhinged. I love it.
I like how he counts himself off as well. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen to the county roll.
The bit about the bus fare, I couldn't decipher that.
It sounds like it's something about his daughter in the middle of it as well, but I can't.
I heard something about a Union Jack.
Yeah. You don't wear red flags. You wear Union Jacks.
Ah, right.
Right.
I don't know if that's because they're Jack.
Is that the Jack Bastards thing?
Is that why they call them that?
I don't know.
I also discovered I've not got it in the clip, but I also discovered that Cardiff sing a song about having sex with their dads when they were 10 years old.
Oh,
Right.
That's one of the things that they sing to them.
Right.
do you know the chant? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Does it sound like that? That'd be a bit light, probably, for what's being alleged.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting into the stadium now. It's just the goals going in.
Yeah.
But we've spoken before about our reactions to goals, and instantly you just yell stuff.
Again, yeah, missed the backflip at the weekend because I was screaming "fuck off," "fuck off" in the direction of the away fans.
So we just got some of that in store, really.
It's really comforting to know that I've got about 30 odd years on him, probably age wise, that it's not going to change over the next 30 odd years because I'm still doing that now. That's exactly what I did on Saturday.
Do people in other countries do this?
I don't know.
I like the different goal sounds from different parts of the world. Like in Spain, it's more like an, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas it's more a collection of people shouting "fuck off."
Yeah, I fucking get it.
What was nice about that one as well is it sounded like different sides of the ground kind of saw that it had been scored. So you heard this side, then the far side, and then all of a sudden he started to react as well. It was like a surround sound in goal appreciation. It's lovely.
Yeah, I was talking on I was on the match ball about my mate who's a Spurs fan who got tickets at the 11th hour for the game on Saturday because the bloke who usually uses them was unwell, and he went to the game. But I've met him beforehand in the East End and just had a chat about it.
Is he well again now? By the way, I feel invested in this guy's health.
I will find out.
Okay.
I will ask. I should probably ask more, shouldn't I?
Probably should. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Half Man Half Biscuits on called Dead Men Don't Need Season Tickets.
Right.
Which is it's something to bear in mind.
But yeah, my mate, he's a Spurs fan, and I said, when was the last time you went down there to the spaceship? And they went to the Spurs Wolves game, which is when when Wolves, I think they scored a late equaliser. So whenever it was 2-2, wasn't it? I think. And he said it took a good few seconds for the Wolves, because they were at the other end, for a good few seconds for the noise and the realisation that the goal had gone in at the other end to ripple up the stadium. It just sort of echoed and bounced around. There's that very slight delay between the ball hitting the net and then the fans realise, you check the linesman, and then the noise will hit you on delay, especially in a thing that big.
I know in the Premier League, you just sit there for an additional 30 seconds going, it might get disallowed for something.
Yeah.
It's not getting disallowed.
I know we need to go up, but I don't want to see any of that.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah.
It will be awful when we're there.
Yeah.
But, that's something to look forward to, isn't it?
It is. It's better than this, innit? It's better than selling everybody.
It's not better than beating your biggest rivals by 3-0.
Should we hear the second then? It's probably worth adding there that they came out at the start of the second half and it was 0-0 at half time, and they scored 47 and then 51. So you got two goals building quickly off the back of each other there, which is always beautiful when that happens. Yeah. It's like when we went, was it 2-2 against Man United when it was the mad Rodrigo shot? Yeah. There was a lot of fuck off being shouted there. A bit like that. And that obviously turned out fine. Yeah. Didn't quite work out for us, did it? And then how did we never beat them? They're so shit. They are now. Third goal came at 67 then. Let's say that then, see what he does. Sounded like he was about to faint. You can't quite believe 3-0 though. In a big game like that, it's almost too comfortable. I will say, Michael, that was off the back of 0 big chances according to the stats. Is that right? That's correct, yeah. Swansea had 1 big chance and they had none. It was 70% possession to 30 in favour of Swansea. Well, Swansea always have loads of possession, though, don't they? That's just let them have it. It's kind of their thing that they just knock it around their own half and are not very good.
Was that third goal the header?
Yeah.
Brilliant header, by the way.
Yeah, good bullet.
Yeah, proper old school, Rosewell, bang, back in the
It's one of those that you almost...
Lee Chapman.
You almost head it in the stands when you see it going and you go on! And you do the nod. Obviously, we don't really score from corners.
Do you ever find yourself like kicking a ball sometimes when you're in the stadium? Yeah. And my leg will just sometimes
watch on TV as well. You're like, go on! You sort of flinch at stuff, don't you?
Twitch rather reflexively.
Twix?
Twix.
I'll have a Twix.
I'll have a Twix. How many fingers? Just the 2 or the 4?
There's not 4, doesn't exist, does
I'm thinking of Kit Kats.
You're thinking of Kit Kats?
A 4-fingered Twix?
That'd be Matthew, that's excessive.
It's a Norwich Twix.
Right. Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah. Did you see who lost 6-0 recently?
There's a question.
Fucking hell.
Is it Ipswich against Man City?
That was it.
The joke doing the rounds was, of course, they could count all the goals on one hand.
That's
there
it.
you go.
Terrific.
Anyway, it felt like he was. It felt like he'd sort of peaked there in terms of his madness after 2 goals, and the third one was the proper cherry on the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's too comfortable, isn't it?
Moment, yeah.
Everyone knows the way it's going when the third goes in. So. Yeah. Let's stick Championship for a little bit actually, because Sunderland did a thing.
Right.
I think earlier in the season, when I was suggesting why I wasn't as worried about Sunderland as the others, is because I think I described Sunderland as being quite Leedsy in the way they can collapse and make the worst of stuff. And I feel like missing 2 penalties in the last 10 minutes definitely falls into being Leedsy.
Oh, hugely.
Massively so.
Yeah.
So annoyingly, they seem to have taken it better than we probably would have done.
Right. Imagine if Patrick Bamford had done that, if that had been Bamford.
Although I think Isidore has not not taken penalties.
His poor dog.
I don't think he's generally taken penalties. The dog doesn't read the threats.
No.
Thankfully.
No. But he can't operate Twitter, can he, or Instagram? No opposable thumbs.
But I think maybe they just refuse him food whilst ever there's threats coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Just so that he gets it by osmosis.
Seems fair.
Well, that's on the Bamfords, really.
It is, but listen, one of us suffer, we all suffer.
So now you've basically said you're accusing Pat Bamford of animal cruelty in addition to being shit at penalties.
I didn't say he was shit at penalties.
Is this dog's on top of the fox hunting then?
Yeah, I meant to say, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, so this is Sunderland fans.
Yeah, so we'll go to Gilesy and Steve.
Yep.
First, this is the first penalty first. It definitely wasn't a penalty. It was outside the box. Was this one?
Yeah.
And as a result, they kind of accept the fact they've missed it as like a justice thing.
Yeah.
Isidore. How big fella? Oh, Wilson. Come on. Pull your socks up, son. Wilson Isidore for his 9th of the season in the league. Puts it on the spot. How then? Oh, Trafford's just tapping the piss here with his gloves.
Why?
Why has he took his gloves off?
To waste time. He's just been taking his glove on without his thumb in his finger.
Well, this is a ploy on it to waste time. Waiting and we're waiting. We're anticipating. Fans are like that in the stands. Watching, waiting. My God.
Went for power down the left. Trafford guessed the right way. And he saved it. Sunderland just can't score penalties.
That's a fucking madhouse. There's always something going on. That's fair.
I'm saying people putting justice and all that. I mean, it wasn't a penalty.
It wasn't, though.
It wasn't a penalty, but if it went in, we would have took it. You know what I mean?
My eye.
That was enjoyably lo-fi, was that? Sounded like it had been recorded on cassette. It'd be good when they get like fibre broadband in Sunderland, won't it? So they can stream.
The sound's even worse on the second clip because it gets a bit more shouty and the mic has got a very low limit as to what it can accept. Did you see these penalty decisions?
Oh, yeah, it was terrific, wasn't it? The whole sequence, that sort of 10-minute sequence, whatever it was just unreal. After an otherwise pretty boring game.
Actually, I've not seen the full 10-minute sequence. I've just seen the highlights of it. But the second one is a penalty.
Second one's definitely a penalty. And then you had Don Goodman, I think it was, saying it's never a pen. Yeah.
There was contact, wasn't there? But I don't know.
It's definitely a penalty.
You think so?
Penalty all day.
I think Don Goodman offered a really sensible view on this.
Because Don Goodman does what he always does, where he watches something and he'll call it, and then when shown a replay proving he was wrong, just sticks with his original decision.
It was definitely a penalty. First one wasn't because it was outside the box, but second one takes the man with his trailing legs penalty.
Yeah,
fair enough. Yeah, right, fine.
Don't score it anyway. So let's say this: you can tell they're a bit more upset at this one.
But that one's a penalty. That one is. If we score this, it's not justice. I'm glad I turned that chat off. I'm glad.
Oh, shit. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, this is having it. Hey, they're fighting. They're getting on it. And because he tapped the piss again, Trafford. Look at him. Oh, he's got cramp, but standing in fucking sticks all game. Why, look at him, the little rat.
God, Hume's getting carried away. Circling and Hume's
because they're pissed off with this little divvy ding and this all the time, man. He took his gloves off to the first penalty, and now he's lying down.
All right, he's doing it on purpose. Doing it on purpose. It's tactical bullshit, and he should be fucking penalised for it because there's fuck all wrong with him.
And mate, he stood still all game. Got a yellow card for it.
That pricking goal for Burnley's demarcated. Joe Bolton, now you can see.
He's a little prick. Like, if he saves this though, mate.
No, fuck off. The ref's just told him, get in your fucking goal. He's just said, get in your goal. Oh no, I need a drink. And you fucking don't.
Oh, Wilson again.
Fucking bullshit twat.
But what he's doing, mate, is if this is saved, it's worked.
He's laughing at him. He's fucking like, he's been given a yellow. Come on, Isidore. Come on, make this one count. Come on.
I can't watch. This is to win the game. It's I feel sick. Again, second.
Oh my God. He went the same way again. He went the same fucking way again. I don't fucking believe it.
Never let him take a penalty again. I couldn't give a shit. He shouldn't be taking penalties. What's he doing? Gone? Oh my fucking life. 2 opportunities to win this bastard game. Tossed away.
It's a fucking brilliant save.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I get it.
You translate that?
Yep. Saying not happy.
Why, aye.
Yeah. They're actually a lot calmer than I thought they would be. Because I'm fairly sure, me watching, I was just going, fucking hell, this is wild. What's going on?
I think I've just felt intense sadness.
Yeah.
As much as anything.
They were giving some quite nice insults out instead of just calling Trafford a nonce and stuff. A little divvy.
Yeah.
Little divvy. A little prick leg.
Yep.
I prefer it's a bit more ingenuity than just...
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I was annoyed watching Trafford, even on the highlights.
Yeah.
I knew you would be. This is right at the top of your burn list, isn't it?
Sometimes I have little being a ref fantasies where I just go around telling people to get up from head injuries. And one time in 10 you might get it wrong and someone's badly injured. But mainly I'll just be like, nah, fuck off, get up. It's stand up or I'm sending you off.
Fucking bleeding from the head.
Sorry, no.
He'll be using squibs. It's ketchup.
Yeah, blood capsules.
Brains pouring out on the pitch.
But like, when refs, certain players are going to do stuff though, don't you? Like, interested in listening to the Sheffield Wednesday fans. That left winger I was fucking moaning about, Gassama, who was going down all the time. They were praising him for winning free kicks and saying he wins free kicks out of the pitch, which allows to put set pieces in. You're like, yeah, i.e. he dives
cheats
all the time.
Furious.
So as a ref, yellow card straight away. What's he done? Nothing. Just getting it in there, just so he knows. Just so he knows who's in charge.
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough. And Trafford should start on bookings.
Start on a yellow.
Correct.
Right. Oh, good.
If he takes more than 5 seconds over anything, yellow card.
Yep.
It's fair enough.
Yep. Fine.
Let's hear a slightly sadder Sunderland fan against one we've had on before. The Mad Mistake.
Okay.
Do you want me honest feelings right now? I feel absolutely broken. I feel broken. I honestly just don't have the heart, the energy, the will, the soul to even do a match review. I don't. I honestly, I'm speechless.
Oh, well.
I wonder if that was like the Mackham equivalent of the Yorkshire bloke earlier. Just that kind of...
No, he's generally a bit more lively as this fella. But I will say, I think you mentioned it on the match, Paul. It sort of serves them right for the Meslier thing.
Right.
Because they didn't deserve that.
Some universal justice.
Yeah, because they got a point there where they definitely didn't deserve it. So if they did deserve points here, it's right they didn't get them. That's what I'm saying.
Listening to that, though, I just thought, yeah, football will do that to you, mate. We've all had those moments. I'm just like kicking around my house and my missus will be like, what's wrong with you? I'll be like, football.
I mean, that's how I felt when Meslier let that goal in.
Yeah.
And against Hull.
Because it was... Yeah, but Hull, there was time for the disaster to unfold afterwards. Yes, I was furious with him and you could see which way it was going, but Sunderland was effectively the last kick of the game and it was won. It was the 97th minute or whatever it was. That was a proper gut punch, a proper sucker punch. Like, I felt like I'd been assaulted.
It was hard to just... Because you were watching it and we were like, oh, it's in the net.
Oh, that's a goal for them, isn't it? Yeah.
But why are they celebrating? Because the ball was just going into Mellier's arms.
Yeah.
And now it's...
There was genuine disbelief in it.
Yeah, really strange. So fuck them, I think is the...
Yep, good.
100%.
Sometimes these things go for you. Sometimes they go
we've heard people being
against you.
Yeah, we've heard people being grown up on this, but ultimately it's about childish tribalism.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As we've heard from that Cardiff City fan.
And he's a little prick like, so...
Little divvy man.
Very good. That was a bit more Geordie than Mackham, that.
No one can tell the difference.
I can.
He wasn't looking for notes, I'm sorry.
Right.
Tacking. He's tacking the piss. That's something else he said.
Tacking and Dean.
Tacking and Dean it, man.
Great.
We mack them and they tack them.
Yep. Shall we do the next bit?
Yeah, okay. Scum.
Yes.
Should we hear from...
Hang on a minute. Can I just say, Ruben Amorim has turned this football club around. And this football club is Manchester United.
They're showing heart.
That sort of stuff. Yeah. Should we hear from Webby and O'Neill first then? Because I've got a clip within a clip here.
Right.
So this is a clip from our show last week featuring a clip of Webby and O'Neill.
Yeah.
But I introduced the clip from last week for a reason, and you'll work it out.
All right.
Don't normally have scum on if they win a game because it's not as funny. But so this.
You sound so young.
These clips are really being saved because I feel like we need a little marker that has come after a win.
Just about getting them on record.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did, yeah.
There was shit, weren't there, Man United in this game?
It was a hilarious game of football.
Yeah, like they should have lost.
Yeah.
If Kai Havertz wasn't shit.
Havertz.
If Kai Havertz wasn't Kai Havertz, Arsenal would win this game. They have taken this to be a turning point, so you can hear just how pleased they are after this game.
Was your reaction to that game? Well, not just my reaction to the game. 7 days ago, we was the fools of football. Everyone looked at Man United under pressure. We was a joke. In 7 days, Liverpool away, and now this. Ruben Amorim has turned this football club round. These players went out on that pitch today, and they were going to die for each other. That is Manchester United. What a performance, a battling performance. He said it last week, Martinez, all up there. And what I'm telling you now, that performance was unbelievable.
All right. Got it. So that was very Inception. Right? We're about 3 layers down in Inception now.
Well, that was... So to put a time frame on this, so they were a laughingstock a week before, beat Arsenal, were brilliant. This is the next clip is, again, in the aftermath of them having played Arsenal, not having yet played Southampton.
Right.
So we're in that little time frame here. You're almost minute by minute updates of where Manchester United Football Club are. So this is before, post-Arsenal, pre-Southampton.
Well, we started this with Ruben Amorim talking about needing leaders and all that. Yeah. That is the difference this team has got now. You know, I was calling, there's normally in a good side 3, possibly 4 leaders. Ahmad, to me, has been a leader, but not in the physical sense. It's like he's doing it there. He's trying. He's working hard. I'm going to follow his lead. But they're all doing it now. Every one of them. I just look at it and I think to myself, that hopelessness has gone from all fans. We're back. There's hope. That's how I see it. The standards have been set. That's how I look at it. You know, we expect certain standards and we've not seen them. Players fighting for the badge, running, working for each other, not moaning and all that, getting on with the game. The standards have been so poor. Ruben Amorim has had a tough task. He's turning it round. He sort of took players out of the front line. Players what aren't capable of doing the running. Players what aren't capable of working. Yeah. Some players that don't even want to be here, which is amazing. This is Manchester United, the biggest club in the world, and players don't want to be here. They don't want to try. He's turned it round. I am absolutely gobsmacked how he's done it since the turn of the year. What a new year this has been.
Isn't it great when you know what the payoff is?
Even without the payoff, they beat the worst team in the league.
Well, no, this was before Southampton.
Oh, it was. Pardon me.
This is when they'd scraped a fortunate win against Arsenal in the cup.
Oh, Jesus. Right. All right.
So I think after Southampton, they were probably like, oh, actually, everyone's been completely dick in Southampton and we've made real heavy work of this. I've not got any post-Southampton clips because, Christ, there's only so much you can listen to it. But I have got something I've chopped together after Brighton.
This is going to be nice, isn't it? Am I going to enjoy this?
Well, just remember the stuff that's improved 7 days before it improved. They're now all leading. The hopelessness is gone. We're back. Standards have been set. You can't believe what a job he's done since New Year. He's turned it around completely.
But in the second half, the midfield, it's as though like they come off at half time and then there was lead in the boots. They just stopped. There wasn't that competitiveness. There wasn't that fight. But I think what it's down to, I think it was up there. They were frightened to death of making mistakes and getting caught out. We was getting caught out regular. And I think the midfield just got overwhelmed and the fight was not there from this Manchester United side. Completely run out of ideas. And that's what it was in the second half. There was no fight. Nothing changed at all. And on top of that, all them mistakes, what was being made. I mean, I think they lost every personal battle in that second half. It was the belief, as I look at it, went out of that team as, oh, this is a good side. I don't think we're going to score here. We can't win this game. Yeah. We've just got to hold on. And they were holding on and just getting caught out all over the pitch. The substitutions, what came on, didn't make a jot of any difference whatsoever. They never put any enthusiasm into the rest of the players. There was no battling, no nothing. But the whole game, all the substitutes, what came on, the game wasn't working together. There was no passages of play. Absolute shambles, to be honest with you. The will to win just was not there. And this is Manchester United.
Brilliant.
Week is a long time, isn't it?
It really is. A week is a long time in football.
It was a long time the week before, and now it's a long time again.
Yeah, which is why I'll never generally commit to any hardened position on this show, because you know that you're going to be made to look stupid by your football team in a few days.
The best thing about the result of the weekend was that Brighton's official Twitter account tweeted 6 wins out of 7 against, and then tagged Man United at Man United.
It's perfect, isn't it?
It's so good.
And I'm still annoyed at Georgie and saddened by his conduct, but he did throw a little bit of shade at them on his Twitch stream.
He did.
When he was playing, I don't know, what's that farm crossing or whatever he does?
I've actually got no idea.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, perhaps. Whatever. Some sort of game. Yeah, so that was nice.
Yeah, I never saw a crossover either between Webby and O'Neill and Jesse Marsh, but he was saying they were scared.
Yeah.
They were frightened.
Just a little teaser for the update show that we've got. I don't know if it'll be later on in the week, but I've got a Jesse Marsh update for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big Jesse Marsh news.
Has he altered his style of play at all?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
But he's going to be passing it on. That's my hint to you. So we'll get into that on whichever show we do it on. But yeah, did you see that Antony has gone to Real Betis?
Yeah, it's annoying that. I kind of enjoy him being at Scum and just being absolutely hopeless.
I mean, the other side of it is you've got a living, breathing example of what a massive waste of money he's been by them farming him out. What is it, 100 million, 80 million pound signing, whatever he was? There's a load of money, wasn't he?
If he's worth 80 million, I could probably get a couple for me.
I'd give you 50 if relative to on the Antony scale.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you. 50 quid.
Yeah, about that.
Sure.
Sure.
Be less of a danger about the place as well.
Moving on.
Stretford Paddock.
Yep.
This is a voice you'll recognise. Dulcet tones. Andy Tate talking about Onana.
He's a walking liability. He's a waste of fucking time now. I'm sorry. I swore once. Wow. Well, that's my first word today, and that'll be it. He's a waste of time, and I'm done with this keeper. Play the other lad, or the older guy. Was it
Tom Eaton?
Tom Eaton. Just get some experience in, or buy somebody. Loan. There's a keeper out there. Promote from the youth team. Because he is a walk. How do you think the United players, after looking at him, after seeing that, lie on the floor all you want, oh no, drink your water bottle. No way, Andre. Shake it like a Polaroid picture, yeah. Fucking shake that. Fuck off. I'm done with you.
Very Mancunian. Is there some table banging going on there?
I think so, yeah.
Well,
right.
All the way through that, I couldn't get this image out of my head. That, you know, his mate who said Tom Heaton, that he's banging his head against the table and then just pauses for the old guy, what's his name? And he just goes, Tom Heaton. Bang! Bang! Bang!
I like, who else should be like the other bloke or the older guy?
Yeah.
Oh, Nana.
How much did they pay for him? About 30?
A load.
38 million or something?
Probably more than that. Sounds cheap for them.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, just get rid of him. They want rid of all of their players. Great. Have they still got Casemiro?
Yeah.
Sorry, Casemiro.
Yeah. Let me have a look. I need to find out what his transfer fee was.
Onana.
Manchester United then signed Onana for an initial 43.8 million quid. Initial.
Wow. Well, he's probably not hit his add-ons, has he? Bear in mind, it's performance related, so.
A £3.5 million in add-ons. So
yeah, so
it's costing 43.
So it's just the initial fee.
Onana. What's my name? Right. Anything else?
Let's finish on a bit of Arsenal madness. Lee Judges, who's the one that's I feel like I've already referenced the Fast Show, but Harry Enfield. Do you remember the self-righteous brothers on it?
Yes.
He's kind of like that. He's a bit of that. He's a bit Millwall in his delivery sometimes. So I think he's a spin-off of Arsenal Fan TV, is Lee Judges TV. He's off to a bad start. There is another bloke on the stream who literally doesn't speak, who seems to be trying to host it a bit, but Lee just keeps getting cross.
A bit like how I feel, really, trying to host it.
So but the stream's off to a bad start because someone has accused him of flip-flopping.
I was just seeing on there, like, why is Lee Judges a flip-flop? That is what I am. I flip-flop from one fucking result to the next. Don't fucking say that I'm a flip-flop and whatever. That's what I do. I react to the result.
You're right about the Millwall kind of vibe about that.
Yeah.
Immediately, I made mental leaps there to thinking, it's been a few months since the Craze movie was on ITV4 late at night, which it normally is.
Yeah. I think the thing that makes him Millwall
You're gonna
is...
fucking take that, Jack. Yeah.
He's out...
Jack the Hat McVitie.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a person?
Yeah.
I'm never sure if it's just made up Cockney stuff.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. And you shapeshifted, Dan. I thought there was a different person in the room.
Thanks, mate.
Anytime.
Versatile.
So he's like on this clip, he obviously knows what he's going to say, but he's forgotten how angry it's going to make him.
I will blame the manager. In 1 in 6 games that he's played Thomas Partey in the league at right back, 5 of those games we've not won, right? But you continue to keep playing there, So I will call out the manager on that, The one win that we've had, right, is against Southampton. Have a look where they are in the league, Mikel. Have a look where they are.
Sounds like he's saying it to him and he's about to plunge his head into a bucket.
I'll fucking cut you.
Have a fucking look, you mug. We had him on the other week because he was annoyed. He somehow thinks that like the transfer department at Arsenal is linked to the club shop because he was annoyed that they're continuing to sell stuff.
Right.
While Arsenal are failing to buy players.
That is true, isn't it?
It seems like there's people are too busy like putting out some new T-shirts to buy a striker.
It's the same bloke, isn't it?
I assume it is. I think it was at Leeds, in fairness, for a few years.
Yeah.
It was a very small team we were operating under. But yeah, he's just still cross about merch.
I get an email come through. New merch dropping again, Adidas. I wouldn't wipe my arse with any stuff that Arsenal are selling at this moment in time. In a transfer window that's 18 days old, they're bringing out new merch. And we ain't got one player that we need. I tell you what we need more than a new jacket or a T-shirt is a bloody forward, not a new Adidas top. And don't get me wrong, they're bloody nice. I see them there, the blue one today, and I see a load of people with them. And it looks nice.
Yeah, he's undermined himself there a bit, hasn't he?
No,
I mean, it's really nice what you're trying to sell me, but how can you try and sell me?
Oh, dear. It is true. You see the flip of this, don't you? That when Leeds win on a Saturday, you know that within about an hour or so, half an hour of at the end of that, you're getting an email to your inbox. Buy some shit.
Yeah, I did have mine automatically straight to archive now on Gmail.
Right.
The Leeds United emails because it was too much.
Don't tell them. They'll rumble you now.
What are we going to do? Start sending it from a burner account so I can't block it.
They'll start masking it.
I do get his point, though. There was times in the Premier League when we were getting smashed and a couple of hours later, you'd get an offer for 10% off a home shirt. It's like, just fuck off for a bit.
Oh, no. Timing is everything.
Just fuck off for a bit.
Timing is everything, but they are still right up there. It is worth saying that.
Yeah, they're not going to win it, though, are they?
They've just absolutely lost their minds because they know they're never going to win it under Arteta, I think.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, because he's dreadful. Isn't he, really?
He is an awful, awful bloke, is Arteta. I hate him, I have to say. Everything,
right. That is strong.
Everything about him, his behaviour on the touchline, the way he is in interviews.
Are you going to go full Richard Keys?
I am, yes, I know.
Yeah.
I know. We
you are quite a hairy man, but your hands are not as hairy as his.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
We did discuss tarmacking the other week as well, didn't we?
Yeah, but I think that was behind the paywall, so we should probably leave that. We're just talking about when we resurface the roads outside our houses.
Correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Lee Judges. Back to him. He's just reading out Arsenal's upcoming fixtures, but in a way that's furious, and it makes me wish he was involved in doing the classified results in this style, and also just a bit more merch stuff, I think, as well.
First up, Newcastle United, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, Aston Villa, Champions League, Wolves away, Champions League again. And you do nothing in a transfer window, but you get out another merch of Adidas stuff coming out that you expect every fan that ain't got no money because they've scrimped and saved for Christmas to come out again and do it.
I have to say, I'm the more I listen to him, the more I'm in agreement that it's bad to start just flogging merch relentlessly. But we have got some lovely new Tony Yeboah stuff coming, haven't we?
We have, some new mugs coming.
That's worth saying, but that's nothing to do with this.
Does he realise you don't have to buy stuff?
Yeah, or get annoyed by an email.
I like the idea of him doing the classifieds on Football Focus.
Because for anybody who's not of a particular generation, James Alexander-Gordon, which I think he's died now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Used to be like a mainstay, so that it would be Sports Report would come on Radio 5. Was it 5 o'clock? So you'd just get back into the car after the game or whatever, and it was that theme tune. Yeah, you'd be able to find it on YouTube, and no doubt the classified's been resulted. That was always the first thing. It was straight out of the back of the Sports Report music. It was, and here are the classified results read by James Alexander-Gordon. You must be able to do the voice, Dean.
Possibly, but I'd prefer to do his voice by the time he got to like the Scottish Third Division results.
It was always like, it was 4-4-4.
He's 5'5" or something.
He's 5'5".
But with the original,
it was very relaxing.
With the original, you could always predict if the team had scored more goals than the previous team, because it'd be
Leeds United
3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. His intonation would give you what it was. But by the time this guy's getting to Scottish Third Division, it's like, Alloa Athletic 1, Queen of the South 1.
Aneurysm by League 2, I reckon.
Fucking new t-shirt as well, the cunts.
His head's falling off.
I might get in touch and tell him about the thing you can make your emails automatically skip your inbox.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd do his blood pressure good if he didn't. Or I might just try and find out his email and just send him loads of stuff asking him to buy it.
Just an unsubscribe button as well, isn't there?
It's an option.
It is an option.
It is an option.
Are we done there for this week's propaganda?
I think that's it.
Yeah, good. I think we covered some nice ground there. Enjoyed that one.
Quite a long one.
And
toured the country. We've been to Wales, been to the northeast, been to London.
Yeah,
good.
There's a lot in over. We've been going now about 50 minutes in under an hour. All that
Manchester.
Distance. Yeah, lucky you. Back with more propaganda next week. Again, I think next week's a complete fuck over, isn't it? With the stupid Monday. It's a Monday, Saturday week, so we're going to have to move everything around again. And of course, the bloody Coventry game's been rearranged for another midweek in early February. Too many games.
Who've Scum got this weekend? Because it's hard to know exactly where they'll be at this point next week, isn't it? Is it a winnable game, or are they playing anyone any good? Oh, they play Rangers midweek. They'll beat them.
Oh, that'll be a bit tasty.
They'll beat them though.
Will that be enough though to rate? This is Manchester United. They've got Fulham away.
They'll beat them, then they'll limp to like a 1-0 victory at Fulham, and they'll be back.
Fulham Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Again, another ridiculous kickoff time.
Oh yeah,
but presumably that's because they're playing on Thursday night against Rangers, so it'll be as late as possible for the weekend slot on it. Then they've got another Europa League game. Then they've got Palace. Then Leicester. They've got some winnable games, and then they go to Tottenham. And who knows what'll be happening there, because that is chaos.
They should actually win loads of games in a row looking at the fixtures, which will be good because it'll really build them up again.
They've lost half of their home games in the Premier League this season. 6 of 12. Isn't that lovely?
I mean, bearing in mind you never even used to get a penalty at Old Trafford, let alone leave with 3 points. It's nice watching this.
6 of 12?
For so many years. Right, we will wrap up propaganda there. Look out for the match ball after Norwich. An update coming later in the week. Plenty more to get your teeth into as well. And we're going to be speaking to Aidan White on the West Stand as well. We'll see you in a bit.
The Square Ball Podcast.